All right, so here we are then. So this is episode God knows what now of 5 ways checking in. Today I'm with. Oh, thank you, dogs. Are you? Did you say you're going out with them or? Oh yeah, yeah. No worries. Right, I'll start again. Sorry, buddy. So here we are with episode. I don't know what number now of 5 ways checking in, and today I'm chatting to Callum. Hello, Callum.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank
You
you.
all right? We've only just recently met, of course, and you're a graduate from sports development within Teesside University.
Yeah.
Currently job seeking, I understand, and developing your own ideas around mental health and different programs, projects you might be sort of working on yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of just looking to slowly set up a business. Obviously with this madness of lockdown, so I
Yeah.
thought, why not a better time?
You got in touch with the campaign. You've been following the campaign, and I asked you if you would do this. And as a willing participant, here you are today. So thanks very much for your time in
Ah,
doing
no
this
problem.
as well. So I know that we all have our life's ups and downs. I know you've experienced your own yourself. What do what do you find? We were talking about the 5 ways to well-being, and like the how people might use them in their own life. So starting on getting out and about, is that something for you? Is that quite a big deal?
It has been quite recently. Like it's best for us to get out, especially me and my partner. We
Yeah.
like to go out for walks more now and kind of just take pictures.
Right.
We went to Albert Park yesterday really, and just took some pictures and had a little walk around. And
Very nice.
it felt better to get some fresh air really.
Is that quite a recent thing you've introduced in? Was it? Were you starting to notice that not getting out was starting to affect you, and that's something you really
Oh yeah,
value? Yeah.
definitely. Like sometimes you got to have we were just having lazy nights in.
Yeah.
We just kind of sleep until like 12 o'clock
Yeah.
or something. But we thought, right, we're getting a bit lazy here
Yeah.
and we're putting on a bit of weight, so we might as well go out and
Well, that's a good
exercise.
reason. And what did you feel? Did you feel better for doing it?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. You kind of feel like it's kind of like a personal thing. You just feel a lot better in
Yeah.
yourself.
And you mentioned there about kind of, I would imagine, like I know in my days, my routines, if I take a few days off, my routine can really go. And I think like that's one of the things about employment, isn't it? Or being at university, is that it can give you a routine you have to stick to. And that's not a small thing. That can be really beneficial to you. So whilst you're job seeking, is that something you've struggled with in terms of the routine or?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say so. Like, even from uni as well, I did pick up some bad habits. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it was like you'd have a lay in till about 1 o'clock in the
Yeah.
afternoon,
Yeah.
or you were doing things late, or you were rushing things. Sometimes you just felt, oh, I can't be bothered to do
Yeah.
anything. Like, oh, I've got an assignment due, or But ever since I graduated as well, unemployment, it's literally just you look for jobs on Indeed and things like that.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I've done that, but what do I do
Yes.
now? I've just got to
Yes.
sit and wait, really. It's a waiting game.
Yes, and it is, I suppose, and I suppose I know that you're obviously doing other things. You've got a project in mind, and it's around mental health, and you've got some ideas that you're developing. But I suppose anything that you're doing towards that, it's a step forward, isn't it? Towards towards getting towards a better goal, basically.
Definitely, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of men like myself, well, people older than me. I'm 24, and I've had my mental issues,
Hmm.
and I'm sure some other men as well have had a hard time speaking about it. And as I've spoken to you earlier
Yes.
about it, took me some time. Like I've had mental health issues for years, and
Yeah.
it's just took me recently now to
Yeah.
open up a bit more.
Fantastic. And it's not that if you hadn't told me, I would have even had any idea as well. I think it's really important that people don't carry that. It doesn't become them, or even define them. But I think those that sort of become inward looking and learn about the mental health and mental well-being and what they can do in their own lives to sort of help balance things actually a very positive thing. I don't if you have a positive outcome to those difficulties, it's you're more educated about it, right? And you're certainly not alone, by the way. I should say, I know in sharing that there's loads of blokes out there, but the problem is a lot of blokes don't necessarily speak up about it straight away. They keep it buried.
that's what it is, because it's that whole mantra, like us men need to not talk about our issues, move on with our life, and seem as like tough and brazen and everything.
Yeah.
And the woman are seen as, kind of softies, but
Yeah.
that's just how life is now. That's how society is seen. But now more people are kind of opening up about themselves, which is
Yeah.
brilliant.
No, I agree. I agree completely. It's not like for the vast majority of us, if we don't do anything about it, like turning to the bottle or turning to drugs, for example, it ain't going to necessarily solve the problems. They're at the root of it. And of course, I mean, the things you told me, you had genuine, quite catastrophic things happen that were out of your control that were quite traumatic, actually. And so I mean, it's a fantastic thing to be able to chat to you now and to be able to be very open about that.
Yeah, there was a couple bad things that happened,
Yeah.
but it's having that mentality. You've got to have
Yes.
that. There was a basketball player called Kobe. Yeah, he's passed, Kobe
Yeah.
Bryant, but he
Yeah.
had this thing called Mamba mentality,
Really.
and he fought through everything and to what he was. And I kind of went through that mentality as well.
Fantastic. What was it? Did you read his book or something he talked about with it?
It's
Or?
just something I would always watch his games, because
Yeah.
basketball was like a sport I liked playing.
Okay.
Obviously football as well, because we're all football daft here in the
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah.
So, but I done basketball as well in college and that, and it was brilliant.
What's it called?
Picking up
Mambo.
Mamba, because he was called the Black Mamba.
Okay.
His
Oh, Mamba,
his nickname was.
like the snake, Mamba.
Yeah.
Is that something that people can look up then and find out exactly what his approach was?
Well, we did have like an academy
No
with his
kidding.
daughter. Like they done basketball and everything, but he had a brand. But
Yeah.
yeah, his stuff was kind of good, but
Fantastic.
it kind of helped me.
That's excellent. I really like that. That's a new one to me. I love finding out about new approaches that people have got. Do you find yourself do you ever find yourself sort of being distracted by so many different things that it can be quite difficult to focus on one thing? And do you have a particular way of giving your attention to one thing every day, whether it's mindfulness or something like Lego we've heard about and all these other things?
I could be doing one thing then distracted by the next, but I like to like keep myself doing something. Like I've been playing Football Manager or recently, or
Okay.
on my PlayStation or something,
Yeah,
just to escape.
I understand. And there's nothing wrong with that. I saw a video on a guy. It was actually on BBC News recently, and he was talking about how gaming saved his life. Was the headline. I mean, it's and how it enabled him to focus and take his time away from other places. But it was his escape. But it wasn't. I think the key thing wasn't he wasn't addicted to it. Wasn't doing it all day every day. He was using it as a
Mhm.
very specific thing where he could focus his mind.
Like me and my partner started doing more cooking, like healthy cooking now, just to along with the walking and stuff. We thought we might as well eat healthy as well. So cooking's
That's
kind of
great.
made an appearance again.
There's a whole rabbit hole for cooking and mental health, like in terms of like good foods that are good for your mental health. I think mine produced this guide a little while ago called the Good Mood. I think it was the Good Mood Mind or Good Food Mind Guide or something like that. And it was brilliant because it was obviously all the research around nutrition and how it relates to that. And I suppose, I mean, it's at the simplest level, it's probably fats and sugars, isn't it, that can really give you your highs and lows, your sugar,
Yeah.
So is that something new for you then, the cooking thing, or is that like?
Like I used to do cooking in school, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh, but
home
more
ec,
recently, in these past year or so, it's been Slim and Well kind of related stuff that
has
we've
it?
kind of come up
Brilliant.
with, and it's been brilliant.
They do a healthy version of the Parmo, of Burroughs Parmo. I think I saw a Slimming World one.
Yeah, I remember the first year I moved here, and we're talking about Parmo. So I'm like, what's a Parmo? I've got to
Yeah.
try one.
Yes, it's basically a heart attack on a plate, basically. Yeah,
Yeah, like that's what somebody actually told me as
yeah.
well.
They're lovely, but yeah, if you treat them all the time, bloody hell. It seems fitting for Middlesbrough with some of the problems we've got, I guess.
Yeah.
What about do you stay in touch with pals? Do you stay in touch with friends or family as a set thing?
I do actually stay in touch with my family.
Yes.
We do like a quiz. We do like a family quiz every Wednesday and Sunday. We usually do it through Facebook or like video call on Facebook, and we'll do that.
Fantastic.
And like whoever wins will do the next quiz, and it's
Brilliant.
been brilliant.
That's great. good for them and good for you as well. I just think
Yeah,
it's so
we don't.
important to stay
Me and my
connected.
partner just recently done a Valentine's themed one, so
Brilliant. What for the quiz?
yeah, that's what we
Yeah,
did. We did Valentine's themed questions and everything. It was quite funny.
and what about giving in some small way? I know again we've heard people doing different things. I mean, for some people it's charity, some people it's litter picking in their own area. It doesn't have to be anything big. Some people it's shopping for their mum. So have you found it sort of the giving your time into something else, for someone else's cause has been helpful? Or
Across the road from us is a Romanian family, and we've just kind of been baking cakes and stuff for them, and they've been returning the favour, giving us some Romanian traditional cakes and everything. It's
no
been
kidding.
brilliant talking to them.
See, you've hit the nail on the head for me there. So you've been building your little community as well. That's
Pretty
fantastic. That's
much.
exactly, yeah, yeah. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. That's great. That's really, really positive. But it doesn't have to be, I mean, I say it's given some small way. It doesn't have to be huge, but it'll probably make a huge bit of difference to them. And when you get back from them, I bet you appreciate it as well.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely did because how it started was we had a spare DVD. It was I think it was like Shrek or some. I think
Right.
it was Shrek.
Yeah.
And obviously we noticed they had two boys, so we
Right.
thought it'd be nice to hand over. And then
Yeah.
it just kind of started from there really.
Fantastic. I love that. That's
And
brilliant. That's really good. There is no doubt so much more we could talk about, and I know that some of the work you're doing, it might be that there's work to be done with BoroManCan, for you in the future. But it's genuinely lovely chatting to you.
definitely.
Thanks very much. I hope some of the guys find some of your ideas, what you've been doing, and genuinely, some of these things might seem like small things, but that's all it needs to be. You get the benefit from it, and it's better for your mental health. And
Yeah,
your,
I hope some other people do. And there's no problems of reaching out.
absolutely is.
Regardless of your age, if you need the
Yes.
help,
Yes.
go and see it. Go and speak to your friend. Just
Yes.
do it. Like don't be
Fantastic.
afraid.
You've got a journey ahead of you, and it's probably only going to be positive. But life is full of ups and downs, isn't it, as well? So, and you've done well to weather it this far. So I wish you every luck with your job seeking and your opportunities for the future. And thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for talking to me.
You're very welcome. Take care.